So are we going to start making more money under the Trump administration? That's our million-dollar question today. We're going to go over different headings. We'll talk about Trump's stance on them, and we'll talk about the effects on drivers when it comes to monetary effects. Are the drivers going to make more money, less money based on his stance on certain different topics? So topic number one, deregulation and driver earnings. So we all know Trump's approach has often been about cutting red tape for trucking. This could mean revisiting things like the hours of service and the electronic logging devices. So how is this going to affect our drivers, owner-operators, lease operators, small fleet owners? So if you give the drivers the ability to drive longer, obviously they're going to make a little bit more money. Downside to that is obviously the safety risk that it comes with. There's been a lot of complaints that the electronic logging devices are actually worse for drivers. It actually makes them, they're always competing against the clock. They're always racing for time. And when you put drivers racing for time, it obviously creates a less safer environment out there. So the impacts could actually be, great maybe for some drivers where they can actually drive a little bit longer, where they can make more money. All right, second topic, America First policies. So Trump's focus on domestic manufacturing could mean a huge boost in US-made goods, creating more demand for drivers to transport goods within the country. Now, how is this going to affect drivers, lease operators, owner-operators? Well, obviously, if there's a lot more products that are being made in the US, there's definitely going to be a bigger need for transportation. And if there's a bigger need for transportation, well, you guessed it right. The rates are going to go up, freight rates are going to go up, but the driver's pay is going to significantly increase as there's going to be a greater demand for drivers. And if there's a greater demand for drivers, obviously that means that your pay rates are going up, not just the drivers, the lease operators, the company drivers, the owner operators, and small fleet owners will actually start making a lot more money if there's going to be a lot more products made in the US. Now, the possible downside, however, the increased demand might attract a larger workforce, which could balance out wage growth if more new drivers enter the field. So, as people start hearing that this has happened before, I would say post-COVID, when people started hearing that trucking industry is making crazy amounts of money, there was a huge influx of drivers entering the market. And here we are after an 18-month recession. Hopefully, the Trump administration is going to wake things up. And on to the last topic, Trump's energy policies. Well, this is a no-brainer. With policies that support domestic oil production, Trump aims to stabilize fuel prices, one of the biggest expenses for trucking. So as you probably know, that trucking companies, our second biggest expense is fuel. All right, so about 65 cents per mile is what we spend on a driver pay. The next thing is about 55 cents per mile, sometimes even 60 cents per mile, depending on your fuel consumption, is what you're spending on diesel. Now, if Trump plans to do what he said he is going to do, which is drill, baby, drill, and be more energy independent and produce more oil and diesel, then the price of diesel is going to significantly come down. We saw this in his first, second, third, and fourth year when he was president back in 2016 until 2020. The fuel prices were extremely low. We even saw them as low as, I think, $2.40 or $2.30 a gallon. Now, if you lower the price of fuel, then there's going to be a lot more money in the owner-operators' pay, in the small fleet owners' pay. Now, if owner-operators are starting to make more money, and if small fleets are starting to make more money, then they're going to have a little bit more to spend on the drivers. Well, there you have it. 3 different headings, Trump's stance on it, what they're going to be doing, and how it's going to affect pay rates. What do you think of my analysis? Do you agree, disagree, or have I missed something? Leave a comment down below. I'm Ronan, and I'll catch you in my next video.